Hello, welcome to Take a Wander with Shebs. It's 2025 and it's a new month, and I wanted to start off the year with an episode I recorded 3 years ago. I met a man called Ladislav on my trip to Tunisia. Very fascinating individual. The reason why I've delayed this episode is because of the country that he went to. He told me a lot about his travels when I met him, but the one that really stuck out for me was his trip to Iran when he motorcycled it across from his country. Now, I wanted to release this episode years ago when I recorded it, but situation in the country didn't allow me to, and I didn't want to come across as insensitive. And in the last couple of years as well, there's been issues in and around the Middle East. I'll leave it to him to explain the story, but the message I wanted to come across is not that Iran isn't a country that you shouldn't visit. If you watch the episode, if you listen to the episode, he talks about the beauty, he talks about the people, how generous they were, the food, the culture, everything about it. And I think that's the message I wanted to portray. As I said, was a little bit conscious of the situation and the timing and whether people would want to go to Iran itself. But time has gone by and I wanted to really release this episode and show you why Ladislav loved the country Iran, even though he was in a circumstance where he didn't believe he should have been. Ladislav, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. I'm really excited to talk to you about your travels on a motorcycle and perhaps getting into some trouble along the way. So how are you and where are you currently in the world?
Hello to everybody. Now I am in my hometown, so in Prague, Czech Republic, and I like to travel the motorbike. I almost travel all the countries in Europe, and I already did also some countries to the Middle East, Iran, and the last time my first Africa travel to Tunisia.
We're going to be discussing a little bit about your journey through to on your motorcycle anyway, and in particular a story you told me during dinner actually in our hotel in Tamerzet in Tunisia, and it was just so fascinating. I thought, let's get you on and discuss it. But before we discuss your time in Iran and just your general how you got inspired to travel on a motorcycle, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Now, the last 4 years, I'm the project manager at a nature grid company. I'm building the refueling station for the LNG trucks. In my free time, I like traveling, most on the motorbike, because I think already when I was 15, I bought the first motorcycle and I start to do small trips, longer trips.
Where did you actually get the inspiration to travel on a motorcycle? Did your father ride a motorcycle? Was it family? Did you watch something on television?
I don't know. I started like a motorbike when I was 15 years old. I was thinking when I will be 18, I will stop use the motorbike and I will start use the car because I can obtain a driving license. But then something happened. At 17, I bought a bigger motorcycle because at 17 here in Czech Republic, you can have a bigger motorcycle. And I start traveling a little bit more in the Czech Republic and sometimes in Germany and so. And I like it. I like it so much.
One of the big reasons why I wanted to bring you on is because when I met you in Tunisia, we were talking about your journey, and specifically you told me about your process of going to Iran. Now, before you went to Iran, you were traveling around different countries. Tell us where you actually got your passport, and it was a new passport because your passport had run out. Is that correct? And then just tell us what happened before you got during your time when you got to Iran. You said there was one country where the officer in the airport noticed something, and he said, "What are you talking about? I've been traveling here and there." When you got to Iran, that's when trouble started. So tell us that process.
4 years ago, I decided to go to Iran because at the new job, they told me, okay, if you want 4 weeks, no problem. Need to prepare all the vaccination and so far. Then I wrote a lot of books about Iran. And in some of the books was some advice. If you go to Iran, it's better if you have two passports, because if you lost one passport and you have a second passport, it's quite simple to go to Tehran, to the Czech embassy and ask for some stamp and you can leave the country. But if you have only one passport, you lost this one, big issue. So I went to the police office in Prague and ask for the second passport. They say, okay, no problem, second passport. We can do it in 2 weeks, no problem. But at the same time, they told me, we can see in our system that you forgot to return like a child passport, like maybe 10 years old. I was surprised because I didn't know I need to return when it's no more than 10 years valid.
So for people that don't know, and I'm sure a lot of countries will have the very similar reasons for passport to be returned. So in the UK, same thing. If your passport runs out, you have to send it through to the embassy. They cut it off to say, right, this passport's no longer in use. They then send it back to you. You could have just said it's lost here in the UK, but in Prague, in Czech Republic, I assume that you didn't notify them that it was finished, and that was the big problem.
But never mind. They say, okay, so we will say that you lost it. Please fill out this form, and we will give you a ticket. The ticket the fee was like fine, like €4 or something like that. So nothing. So I said, okay, so it's solved this problem. So when I started the journey to Iran, which take me around 6 days to go from from Prague to the Turkish border with Iran. It's a long way. It's I think it's 2,000 kilometers, something like that. And also I have 1 day free in Istanbul to relax.
Just remind everyone that you're doing this on a motorcycle as well. It's all
on a motorcycle from Prague, from my town to the half Europe, and then through the whole Turkey to the east of Turkey, where is the Iranian border. And so at this moment, I have 2 passports, one with the Iran visa, and the second like a spare if something happens. When you come to the border, like a Turkish one, Turkish with Iran, it's not like 20 minutes or 0 minutes like in Schengen. It's usually 1, 2, 3 hours. It's still a good time to do all the process. You are still good if it's 2 hours. So I spent maybe 1 hour on the Turkish side just to leave the country, and everything was fine. Then I got to the Iranian side. At the beginning, it was weird because I came in with the motorbike. I stopped the motorbike, but there was nobody. There was just some car waiting, but no people. And I have no idea. So should I go there, or should I wait here? So I don't know. So I was just waiting. Then an officer came to me, and he started asking me some question like where I'm from, if I know somebody from Iran, if it's my first time or not. And then he said, okay, nice to meet you, bye. And he lost. Okay, so what now? I still don't know. So this door. Should I wait? And then came a young man, which I know already from the article. There's on this border there are some people helping you with this border process. It's not for free; you have to pay. But at this specific border, it's better to pay them because it's very complicated the process. How to get you like a person, and also how to get the motorcycle inside the country. It's like maybe 10 different stamps at 10 different people, and there is no system. It's very chaotic for you if you don't speak Farsi. I don't speak. So it's almost impossible to do it without this support or assistance, or how they call them. I say, yes, please, I need your help. At the beginning, he gave me some Iranian money because there is only one way how to get the money in Iran. It's on the street. It's not possible to go to a bank or something like that. So I know, okay, so also the vexel, the change course was fine. And then we go to the first office. He put my passport there, and it start red blinking over the head of the officer. And they say, no problem, no problem. It's probably some mistake. So wait here. They visit another office, and after maybe 15 minutes, they came to me, and with a very broken English, they told me, your passport is searching or looking from Interpol. What you did? What? My passport is looking from Interpol? So I don't know. It's what? Explain me it's impossible with that passport go to Iran, and that I need immediately leave the country. So, but then I need another 1 hour to leave the country because it's also not so easy. There was also some papers and so. Then I spent another 1 hour on the Turkish side. The first question is Turkish side was where you have the visa from Turkey. To what? I don't have the visa from Turkey. I'm from European Union, from Czech Republic. I don't need visa to go to Turkey. So at this moment, I was thinking I will like in the movie Terminal that I will stock between Iran and Turkish. It looks so, but it didn't happen. Immediately, I called the Czech police. Where is the problem with my passport? And after a few minutes, they found that they make a mistake. And at the moment, I tell them this child passport is missing. I lost the child passport, the expired one. They do mistake with the numbers and they send to the Interpol that the new passport is missing, it's lost. And therefore my passport was in Brussels Interpol database. It's a database of some stealed passport and a lost passport.
What happened then was you had to wait and then go back after considerable amount of time because you had work as well, you had to go to and etc. And this was the problem, wasn't it, that you had?
So the next day I came again to the border because the Czech police say me now in the Czech system is already everything okay, but nobody knows how fast is with the Interpol. So the next day, after 4 hours, I was at the same point. They say me, you can't visit Iran, go away. And they also put me some small sign in the passport, which I didn't know what was the meaning. And they say, okay, it's even not possible to go to the Iran. If you try it again, we will arrest you because for the second time you try to come with a passport which is looking by Interpol. So okay, I know now it's not so, it will be not so easy. Then I found that maybe I need to go to a Turkish Iran embassy in Turkey because I have the second passport. What I need is the new visa. So I go back. The nearest one was like 500 kilometers. I have to wait like 3 days because on Friday, the Iranian people from the embassy has a holiday because Friday is in Iran something like Saturday or Sunday in Europe. And on Sunday, the Iranian people are working, but are not working the Turkish people. So I have to wait 3 days. On the 4th day, on Monday, I very quickly spoke with the ambassador, and he say me, yeah, it's yeah, I will do a visa, new visa for you very quickly. Okay, that's perfect. So how many days? Okay, it's quickly. So if you give me more money, so maybe 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. I don't have 2 weeks to wait here in the middle of nowhere. I need to go back or forward, but I can't wait. So I need something like today or tomorrow. It's not possible. Sorry, sir, it's not possible. So I asked him because there was some sign in the passport. What is the meaning of the sign? Because I was curious. What is it? And he said this next to the visa. It means something like don't go to the country or something like that. So you are not welcome in Iran. So it was good that I didn't try it on the third time, or maybe on the another border. There is also border between Armenia and Iran. But with this sign, not welcome in Iran, it will be disaster. But then I found that there is another embassy, another 500 kilometers in the wrong way. And some people put in the internet some messages like they like the Western people and they preparing the visa very quickly. So I tried. So another 1 day on motorbike in a rainy, some snowing, back to this embassy. And it was right. The next day morning, after maybe 3-4 hours, I get the new visa. So then I came another 2 days back to the border. So I lost 6 days just to get into the country. But on the third try, I get after 2.5 hours in the country, and I was in. And
the country you said was fantastic. Everyone was brilliant. I remember you telling me whilst I was there that people thought you were some sort of celebrity, taking photos with you all the time because they had never seen a big motorcycle. And I think you were telling me at the time that you were getting sick of it because it was happening everywhere that you went. But one particular moment happened where you went and in the middle of the night, I think you sort of saying that you almost got arrested, or they because it was the middle of the night where no one really travels. So explain to us what exactly happened then.
I was on the way to one nice UNESCO city, and it was already close to midnight, and I still have like 200 kilometers over the mountains. But I found I need some petrol to my motorbike. In Iran, it's not so easy because there are not so many petrol stations. All of them are state petrol station, and what is a little bit problem, 50% of them are just a CNG, so gas station with the nature gas. There is a lot of CNG cars in Iran. So usually if I found some petrol station, it wasn't a petrol station, it was just a nature gas, so I can't refill. But then I was very close to get in a small city to one petrol station, and at the moment the police stopped me. They didn't speak any word English, but they say something like passport, which I think, okay, it's maybe passport. So I show them passport, I show them visa. I say I'm a tourist, everything is okay. I'm going to this city 200 kilometers away. And in the Iran, always, if you stop somewhere close to the city, in the city, the people would like to speak with you. So in a few minutes, there was maybe 20, 30 people around me asking me the question as usually where I'm from, if I have a wife, what's the maximum speed of the motorbike, and what is the cost of the motorbike. But then also older man came to me and he say with some also broken English that he's an English teacher and if he can help me somehow. And I say, yes, I don't know what's happened here. I can't communicate with them. And then he say me that they ask me to stay in the city, to oversleep in this city, not to go on this night because it's a little bit danger. I don't know what was the danger, but okay. In the Google Maps, I found something which looks like a hotel. There was something in Farsi about it, and I show to this man, so this is a hotel, and I show him what the Google Maps just found to me. And he said, no, this is not a hotel. You found a bank. And then they asked me if I can follow the police car. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe we are going to a hotel here. But we was not going to the hotel. We was going to the military barracks. So they open the big door for me, the gate. They say, leave the motorbike in front of the gate. A soldier will secure the motorbike, don't worry. And I came in a barracks and thinking, okay, so should I sleep here with all these soldiers? So how it's good, I can imagine how it's look inside. So I was okay, but we was not on the way to sleep there. They are pushing me.
Were you at this point quite scared of what was going to happen?
I was still quite good, quite
Relaxed?
calm because I know I didn't did anything wrong. I didn't say anything is wrong. They just say I have to sleep there. And I know from the other travelers around the world in a country such Iran, sometimes happens that they say you stay here. It's not safe there when you want to go. And usually the best way is say, okay, no problem. So I will do how you want. If you try to discuss with them or say no, it's not a good way. I think not a good strategy. So then we was sitting in an office. There was one officer and me. He is starting his camera, record me. And I was okay. This is also a little bit weird. So maybe now he will starting to play some questions. And he said, okay, now we are going to sleep. And then we leave the barracks again. And with my motorbike and his cars, like two police car before me, after me, so like a convoy, we go through the whole city somewhere in the dark. Then I was a little bit like scary where we are going now because there is nothing. Where is the hotel? And then there was like also I think a military place maybe for the relaxing of the soldiers or something like that. It wasn't a barrack, but it was something similar. And they say me, okay, park here, and then at this door with the lights, go there. So I pick up all my stuff, all my things, like two luggage, and came to the front of the door. He stopped me, and he would like to ask like what's inside the luggage, and he didn't know how to say a gun, so he take his gun in his hand and saying, do you have this? No. okay. And then he tried to say open the luggage. So I open it, and he tried to look on it, and then he found a souvenir, something, a small wooden box from another city in Iran, like my souvenir. And he asked, "What was this?" And I say, "Souvenir." What? I'm tourist. I'm buying stupid things like a wooden box. It's normal. Okay, good. Then he found a magnet which you put on the fridge. And what this? It's a souvenir. Okay. So he looks that he never traveled because everybody knows these things. And yeah, then they show me like an apartment. I think it was the best one in this house. So two places for the sleeping rooms, two sleeping rooms, one living room, one big kitchen. Then it was like a Turkish toilet. Okay, but it's Iran. And so then we was have a little conversation because they have another man the mobile phone with the Google Translator. And then they say, okay, now you can sleep, and tomorrow you can go on. And then at this moment, it was maybe 1 in the night. Somebody was knocking on my door. So I said, what is it? So it's not stopping. I want to sleep. I opened the door, and there was the teacher from the city with a package full of bread, meal, some milk, some water, and saying that, hello, our mayor of the city would like to welcome you here in the city, and he's sending you this breakfast. Okay, so so thank you so much. It's perfect, thank you. And the next day in the morning, I wanted to leave the area, but they say no, wait for the policeman. They after 1 hour they came with the two motorbikes, and they escort me through the city to the right road. Then they stop, and they also wanted to say something that I can go on, but also their English wasn't the best one, so they just say with the hand, free, go. And I go. I was free.
We have looked back on it and we've maybe laughed about it, but actually, for someone who, like myself, I probably would have been very scared. I didn't know what was going on. I probably would have been, but you didn't feel as though, as you were saying there, you didn't feel as though maybe you were imprisoned. But a lot of people will say you were imprisoned by the authorities, and we've laughed about it as a story looking back on it. But it may not have been funny to a lot of people listening because it could have been quite a serious situation. And this is where maybe a lot of people get put off by going to Iran. For you, did you feel as though this didn't put you off Iran? You enjoyed Iran, you'll go back to Iran as well with your motorcycle, no problem whatsoever next time?
In the general, all the people was very nice to me. I was for them like quite a celebrity, which is because if you go there with a motorbike, so everybody knows you are a foreign people. They start to speak with you at every moment they can. 1-2 weeks, it's a nice feeling that now they ask you to have a tea with them or dinner with them. It's very nice. But in general, I felt very safe in Iran. I read a lot of articles. This is the safest country in this region because in this region is Iraq, Pakistan, Turkmenistan. So, but Iran, it's different. It's very safe for the tourists. It's not the best country in the world. I don't want to live there. For the tourists, you don't will we have any troubles. Also, the policemen, they are not there to give you some fine or take you for speeding. No, they are there to help you. You are the tourist, so you are a guest. You are a guest of the country. So I was speeding all the time because I haven't time. And they never stop me because they see, oh, this is a tourist. You can go 106 on highway. Why not? You are a tourist. I was drinking water in the middle of Ramadan, and they say, you can. You are a tourist. You can. Okay. So it's very hard to break any law. Some this touristic law. Maybe if I say something against the region or against the politics, maybe then start the problem. Yes. So don't say something stupid like that. Like the normal things like a speeding or parking or no, it's not problem. You are the guest.
Apart from the moments that went on with the border, and being stopped at night time. Everything else is fantastic. It's a beautiful country, which is what there's a misconception, and you've just debunked that misconception of it's not a country that you should go to. If you can go to Iran, it's fantastic. Now, you're continuously traveling through the world on a motorcycle. I'm assuming you're going to be doing more of this. So where's next for you? What's next on the agenda with your motorcycle?
So the next plan, if I have a lot of time, like 1 month, 4 weeks at minimum, the next plan is to go to the Middle East, to the Pamir region, to the Pamir highway. It's just like Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, that countries. But now the situation not so safety, because the country are now a little bit fighting between each other, and so far the Russian army was a little bit putting the safety in this region, but now the Russian army is in Ukraine. So now this region start to be not so safe also for the tourists. So if I can go the next year to this Pamir, probably I will go to Morocco, which should be like another way to Africa.
Now, Ladislav, I'm going to have to leave it there. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show and discussing what it's like to travel on a motorcycle and perhaps getting into some bit of trouble, but also enjoying it at the same time. And hopefully people listening have got an understanding and a bit of a thirst to maybe travel themselves on a motorcycle. So you maybe have perhaps inspired someone. You never know, I might be seen on the road next time and we can discuss more of your travels.
Thank you. It was a pleasure also for me. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to never miss an episode, and watch all my previous episodes from the show. You can also follow me on all my social media platforms. That's it for Take a Wonder with Shebs. Hope to see you all soon. Until next time, bye for now.